I did enjoy my time playing Monster Lab, and I think there is a lot of potential in this early access game. But there are some critiques I need to bring up, but before I talk about anything else, I do want to get a disclaimer out of the way. I did get a game for free, but my opinion is of my own. My opinion is not influenced in any way by me getting the key, and I want to make sure that is known before the video starts for transparency. So to me, there are some good things that I did enjoy with Monster Lab. And keep in mind, I am going to be looking at this game because it is genuinely enjoyable to me. I do love how well it is for you to mix the eggs and the elements over time, of course. It is enjoyable, creating different eggs and stuff. It is time consuming though. It does take a lot of time. One day essentially is 24 minutes. I mean, it doesn't feel like it's 24 minutes with how enjoyable it is. You could rest to also skip some time as well, but that also depends on if you played for one whole day in game. Essentially, if you played 24 minutes and stuff. After the tutorial, you actually unlock the ability to get amber eggs. It feels enjoyable to get the higher rarity eggs when you do hatch one eventually. And in this case, I actually managed to get 3 legendary eggs, which is very awesome, and it is rewarding for me to feel having 3 legendary eggs. Because the odds of those eggs as of this recording, it's very low. It's 5% for legendary. But for me to get 3 is very, very exciting. One of the best areas you can have in a game like this is a marketplace where you could sell the different rarities, or at least a way to get money. And I think this is a great way to incentivize combining these Fulus, which is what these creatures are called, and earn money at the same time. It's just this marketplace promotes both of those things very well, and it works, in my opinion, superbly with the flow that this game is trying to make. But there are some mixed opinions I have about the game, and just for right now, the battling, I mean, it's okay, but because it's also in early access, there's not a lot that I'm aware of that is developed for the battling right now. There's items you can use to make your Fulu stronger. You'll get a lot of those over time, especially if you've done battles early on in your playthrough. You have a better chance of getting items through a bingo machine, where you have a better chance of getting an egg or whatever else. But battling isn't really something I try too much because I mainly expanded on the base. So in regards to battling, I can't really comment on that super well. But there are 2 main points that I think should definitely be addressed. Or at least 2 of them. There might be one more that I'm thinking of, but there should be 2 things that need to be addressed in regards to the current version that I played of Monster Lab. The first one, in my opinion, is that amber eggs should not have a chance to give you a common egg. You are already buying common eggs so frequently that when you get a common egg from an amber egg, it feels like a complete waste of what is basically $200 in the game. And I bring this up because you have a limit on amber eggs. You can only get up to 5. It could be fine if you always get a higher rarity every time, but you have a chance of getting a common, which is not good. At least an uncommon will alleviate whatever incentive you get from getting a common egg. But if in the future, let's say, the devs said, hey, let's sell uncommon eggs now, right? Now that just completely changes the game, because now it makes the amber eggs seem way less useful other than for getting rares or higher, because the uncommon has a better chance of you getting more money. Unlike the amber eggs, where it's limited daily, if they're making it the same as common eggs when you buy as much as you want of them, of course. Again, amber eggs should not give you a common egg. It should not have a chance to do that. It ultimately de-incentivizes. It doesn't make me enthusiastic as much when I get an amber egg, because I know for sure it's not going to be something great when I get it as a common, when I get a common egg from it. And to my second point, in my opinion, if the devs are watching this seriously needs to be addressed. The 5% chance to get a legendary Fulu from the amber egg, it's great. Extracting a legendary, it should just be a rare, epic, and legendary. I think it's just those 2, but I think there was a common when you get them, but I could be wrong with that. But more importantly, when you're mixing 3 legendaries, there should not be a chance at all to get a common or an uncommon at all from legendaries. And the reason why, actually I got a good reason why. It takes a long time to get a legendary egg. And you want those legendary eggs to hatch into, well, legendary rarities of the Fulus. And when you're mixing 3 of those Fulus, you don't have a great chance of getting that legendary. Instead, you have a 60% chance of getting the legendary. I think almost 30%, I think it's 29% chance of getting a, no, 27% or something like that of getting an epic. Now, this isn't bad. What's bad is the fact that you can get a chance on a common and uncommon with this legendary egg. After it's hatched and all that stuff, mixing it has a chance. 1% for common, 3% for uncommon. I managed to hit the 4% mark and get an uncommon egg. And I felt very discouraged from continuing playing 7 hours into the game. I mean, I was discouraged enough to throw it into the fire, the Fulu I obtained, because it was just completely disappointing to me how rare it was for me to get the eggs, just for it to be an uncommon that I can get from a common egg from a rare chance. This should be changed for the better of the players to not have the ability to get a common or uncommon. Just because it could completely ruin a mood if you're leaving the legendary odds for the amber eggs as 5%. But with that said, this is my first impressions of Monster Lab, and I ultimately do think this game is enjoyable, but with some stuff like rarities from amber eggs, probably the battling depending how you look at things. Like, there's some stuff that isn't developed well at this moment, and it's not because the game isn't well developed, just the way they handle the odds for the eggs and what they add in the future to remedy some of this. And there are some very obvious features that are not in the game yet that is visible on the tablet, and I can't wait to see when they add those. I think the game will be a lot more better by then. I think it will improve dramatically, and I'm rooting for the best for the devs and the team that made this game. But this has been my first impressions of Monster Lab. So with that being said, I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you all next time.